All right, let's talk hay. More importantly, when do you roll? Well, how do you know that the grass is dry and it's ready to rake and it's ready to roll? Well, I'll drop the phone there. The way I do mine, I actually use a disc mower. So it's just 6 turtle shells with blades on it. It just cuts it off and flings it out the back. There's no conditioning, no crimping, no pressing. It doesn't throw it in the windrows. It just lays it on the ground. I normally don't use a tedder. I've got a couple fields that are super, super thick. They will not dry without a tedder. There's just no way around it. But 90% of my fields, I don't even mess with a tedder. So I just cut it on a nice sunny day. I try to get as early as I can, and I just let the thing sit and lay out. So let me show you a couple things to look for. So this right here is part of a windrow. This windrow has actually been sitting out for, I don't know, a couple days. It's ready to bale. So what I normally do is I'll get my hand underneath it, flip the thing over, just like that. The green, you don't really want to pay attention to because the sun is actually what bleaches the color out of your hay. It doesn't crunch. That's usually the first sign. Good hay is crunch. Now this is actually a little dry because you notice how when I crunch it, it's falling apart. And that's not very good. So this is actually a little too dry. Here's another windrow. It's been sitting for a while. Flip it over. So you flip it over, you notice there's no major wet grass. But you want to listen to the crunch. That's the biggest thing. If the grass is wet, and I'll show you over here, you don't hear it crunching. It's all flexible, but you don't hear no crunch. Good rule of thumb that I do is, let's say I cut on Monday. I'll try to get right after the dew, so probably around 12 o'clock, early lunchtime. Get out in the field and get to cutting. If it's a good summer day, 80, 90 degree weather, it'll actually start drying out that day. You'll actually have majority of it, probably over half of it dried out that day. So I'll let it set one more day, just straight 24 hours to sit and dry. And then I will go that afternoon and actually start flipping it over and checking it, because sometimes what's underneath will still be a little damp. Then you can actually get up on the third day, flip the thing over and start working it in the windrows. If you don't have a conditioner. If you have a conditioner, you just do it all in pretty much 2 days. You can cut it on Monday. That thing will sit and dry on Monday, and then you can rake it and bale it Tuesday evening. So let me grab the moisture meter here, and we'll hit a few of these bales that I just rolled up, and I'll show you what kind of moisture content you're looking for. Whoopsie. If you didn't break any machinery, did you really do any work? All right, let's check some moisture. So this one over here is the one I'm worried about, because that one sat in I had a lot of shade. So let's see what we got. So 15, almost 16. Ain't bad. Got really tight in the middle. Yeah, so we're 10%. I think we already checked this one. Oh boy. Okay, so this will be the first bale that I feed. It's about 17-18% moisture. This is about 11. That's what we got there. About 10%. Yeah. So that'll be, I want to head out in the field probably tomorrow. Bring it over. See what we got here. I think I may have already checked this one. Who knows? I forget what all I checked. All right, so we're at 8% there. 11%. Okay, that don't look bad. Let's run down the hill and check the ones that are down there. All right, so we got 2 bales down here. Oh, these fields are just thin as can be. Never really gotten a good yield off of this. I guess it's probably the 3rd year I've cut it. Wow. Now that's impressive. Huh. Well, that baler don't like sticks. All right, I digress. Where are we at? Boot up for me. All right, 8%. 11. I'll take that. Okay, ain't too bad. Let's go over here and see what this one looks like. Just to give y'all a general idea. See all these briars right here? All that brush? That's actually what all of this looked like 2 years ago. I came in, knocked it all down. There was actually tons of trees over there that I had knocked out. Eventually want to do the rest of this. Right down through there, there's a little swamp line where it's just a low area that always stays wet. I'd like to be able to clear it all the way to that, and then this way over here, clear it all out. Boy, let me tell you, it was a mess. All this up in here, that's exactly what this whole field looked like. Just all of this. So it definitely looks better. And I mean, I'm getting to the point now I'm getting grass off of it. It's just not much. But to be fair, I haven't fertilized it. I haven't limed it. I haven't really done anything with it. Yeah, see? This brush over here. Some of that's as tall as I am. I cleared out, you know, sticks and brush, thorns, briars like that. Them old locust trees. I mean, just all kinds of stuff. All right, I digress. What's this one look like? All right, 10%. 10%. So I'm gonna show you a little tip and trick. Actually, this is just called being stupid. So when we tip these bales off the trailer, we tip them upright. Notice how the rolled side's right there. You know, they should be sitting on their side. They're actually sitting upright. So thought I'd go ahead and do a little gander and just check. So this bale right here, I know this bale was bad. Anytime I set bales up like that, they always get rotted on the center. But what had happened is we had actually took these off the trailer, and then that night we hit a straight rain, and it rained for 6 days straight. I couldn't get the tractor out here to do anything with it. Just couldn't do nothing. We had an outage at work, so I had to go tend to that, and it is what it is. So let me show you something. Can I show you my watch? Current temperature right now outside is 78 degrees. Bring it back up here. Open watch, there we go. 78 degrees. That bale is reading 115 degrees Fahrenheit on the inside. It's moisture, 45%. So, temp 115 degrees. That bale right there, if I put this thing in a barn, it would catch on fire. Let's check this one out over here. I'll do moisture. So, look at 45% moisture. 111 degree temperature inside. Okay, so I got the moisture meter reset back to 8%. So we'll shove that in. Look at 45%. Temperature 99. So be careful the way you store your bales. I guarantee these right here, if I took about an inch off the top of them, they'd probably be smoking. They've got so much heat inside. So what I actually need to do with these is I need to take these bales and I need to take them down over the hill. I need to get them busted out, get all the string busted off of them, and I need to unroll them. Because as soon as you unroll them, you'll release all that heat and you won't have to worry about them catching on fire. You can store round bales outside. It doesn't hurt them to actually sit outside if you store them correctly. If you lay them on their side or even at an angle, what happens is water actually gets trapped inside and then causes them to rot out. If you get them on, set them the way they come out of the baler, the water actually runs off of it. And I mean, you lose about an inch of hay on top from rain and rot and everything. Horses eat it. I mean, they'll eat the center out of it. They'll kick around what they don't like. Let's check a couple more.